Good morning. This is Morning Real, hosted by Ray Salazar. It's a 3 to 4 to 100 minute or so podcast of films that I review, of all nations, of all kinds, indivisible, whatnot, from black and white to technicolor, from 1947 to 2024. Today, I review Jonathan Glazer, his film, The Zone of Interest. It's a 2023 historical drama film written and directed by Jonathan Glazer, co-produced between the United Kingdom and Poland. I don't know what's up with that. The film is about, and it's loosely based on the 2014 novel by Martin Amis. It stars German actors Christian Friedel and Sandra Hüller. And if you know who Sandra Hüller is, she's the queen of female acting. See her in Anatomy of a Fall. And then don't tell me she's not a bad actress. She's great. And they are Nazis. Christian Friedel plays Nazi Commandant Rudolf Höss. He's a real person, or was a real person. He didn't last long in World War II, let's just say that. But this guy was responsible for running the famous Auschwitz concentration camp. And as far as I know, especially watching the film, he pretty much ran the crematorium. Look, man, this film is a crazy film. And it's crazy at the fact that they don't need to show violence on screen to tell us how horrible and how evil the Nazis are/were, you know, against humanity, especially Jewish people, unfortunately. Unfortunately, Jewish people had to be in the middle of everything about all this. And here it is. It's a very plain and simple story. Not much of a plot because it's based off of a. It's not. I can't say it's an autobiography of sorts, but it's dramatized, of course, about this person's life, and it's not even about Rudolph's life. It's about his family, him and himself, and these people have 5 children. They live in a beautiful home, but guess what? That beautiful home that they made for themselves is like right next door to the camp. This big ass brick wall with barbed wire on top of it, and you get to see all the other. Well, yes, that's the thing. You don't get to see much. That's the thing about this film. Like, Glazer did a really good job to show you what he wanted to show you and what you wanted to really see. And he was like, nah, not in my movie. And I'm pretty sure it could have been for political reasons, and it could have been honestly for like budgetary reasons. I don't know the cost of recreating Auschwitz or recreating stuff from it or actually filming in those said places because, like I said, I don't know what's going on, right? But we see this family, and it seems like a normal family, right? But they're doing things that are not normal. Like his oldest son, instead of playing with toys or with a flashlight, he's looking at his own collection of human teeth. And as we all know, the Germans liked, well, it's not that they liked, right? But they took everything away from these folks, right? They took watches, they took everything: watches, clothes, shoes, briefcases, teeth, gold, anything that was worth anything. They took it and they did whatever they wanted with it. And these kids, for one, had some teeth with them. Sandra Hüller, who plays Hedwig, she gets a coat, she gets lipstick that's used, obviously, and it's crazy. There's a scene where she is given these things, right? And she, goes to her master bedroom or whatever, and she models them for herself in front of this window, and she's just checking herself out, right? Feeling herself and all that stuff, because she is crowned as the queen of Auschwitz, which in one scene kind of giggles at that, at that little statement. And man, overall, man, just to make this short, like, this may seem like a normal family. And when you look at it, it's crazy how we humans can be both beautiful and horrible at the same time. Beautiful to the people, like in our family, right, or close friends, but horrible to outsiders, to people that we see as less than. And when you look at this film, you got a couple of Jewish women and men Some are prisoners, some are not. They work in this home, inside the home that is right next to Auschwitz concentration camp. And you just look at these people and they're like, whoa, what's so crazy about them? Exactly. Nothing. Nothing. These are normal people. And these people, like the people who work there in particular, like they do everything for this family, especially for Hedwig, because Rudolph, he's always off and about. He's running the ship. He's gotta go work. He's a top ranking official. Everybody knows him. And the wife's just there not doing crap. The only thing that she does literally is like, well, even and she says this as well, like not even she does this alone. Like she has assistants, like she gets assistants to everything, but like not everything of course, but like, but for the thing that she really needs help the most is like her gardening. Like tending the beautiful backyard that she made. And it is really beautiful. Like I'm into plants. I like some flowers and stuff. But when I saw those plants and flowers, I was just like, and the garden, I was just like, man, dude, like these people have everything literally, and consumed by evil, given by evil, and power. It's crazy how like people can be that crazy. And these Jewish workers basically do everything from cleaning, cooking, getting groceries, and just handing them to them. And I don't think they even do snap with that stuff. I don't think they even cook. I had not seen Hedwig like stir an egg, dude. Like nothing. The only thing she does is just eat, sleep, wear good clothes, and that's it. And tell people what to do, and then give them shit about it. Like there's this one scene where also like her mom, right, comes into town, right, and her mom's very impressed with this home. It's like, oh my god, such a beautiful home. And she does notice the fact that it is right next to the camp, but she's just enthralled by the beauty of her backyard, right, of Hedwig's backyard, and even praises her for like, man, you've done really good for yourself, my child. You made it, dude. And she's not wrong. She did make it, without probably having to do anything at all except like marry this guy, dude. And but at nighttime, when a lot of action happens at night, and a lot of action happens during the day, and that's what's cool about this film too. Not to go off the subject of it, but the sound. We may not see the danger. We may not see the violence, but we do hear the screams. We do hear the gunshots, whether it's afar or 20 feet away from them. It's there, and it's crazy. I like how Jonathan Glazer really pushes sound into visuals. There's this, and just not to go off topic, but the scene goes, it eventually fades to white, and as it's fading to, and it's a slow fade, it slowly fades to white, but as it really fades to white, the sound really just goes in very like really loud, and like you hear these screams, you hear people like crying and dying, and it's crazy, dude. What a crazy film. Like what a, like just to be, how can you just be there and not like feel anything or feel any remorse. And Rudolf Höss certainly does not have any remorse, and we don't really get to see why. And I don't know if that's a problem or not in this film as far as a character is concerned, but then again, you are looking at the story of an SS Nazi commander. So what kind of love can he have for anybody except like the people of his own, literally? And anyways, the mom gets up, right? It's the middle of the night because she notices this smell, right? Not only does she notice it, but she just can't stand it. And she sees this red glow coming from her window, right? And their shades are drawn, right? Undraws the shades, and boom, you see the ashes coming out of the chimney, the smoke or whatnot. I mean, obviously, it's not just regular smoke. It's not just firewood. Those are people who died and got burned because there was nothing else to do, I guess. And I don't know, but there's no words that are being said to that, but you can kind of tell that the mom's like, I can't be here, like This may be beautiful and everything, but I just can't be here. I can't. And she leaves. And Hedwig gets pissed and takes it out on one of her workers, saying, like, man, like, how dare you put this plate next to me, sort of knowing that my mom had left, you know? I can just tell my husband to, like, murder you and spread your ashes to the flowers right there in my garden. And it's brutal, man. But that's who Sandra Hüller is as an actress. She gives it to you, and she will give you your heart, and she won't care, you know? In this film, the family does not care about anything but themselves, and you'll see it. I recommend you watch this film. They say, you know, the industry says that this was the film of 2023. I can't say if I disagree or not with that. It is a powerful film without having to show violence on screen. They say that it might win the Oscar for Best Picture. I don't know about that. I'm putting Oppenheimer to the top, but The Zone of Interest is a really good film. And there's this part in the film, and it's really towards the end of the film, where I wish I can spoil it, but when it cuts to that shot, or those series of shots, right, it's so quiet. And I'm pretty sure when the audience saw that, it was so quiet that you can probably hear a pin drop type of thing. But the images that you see, there's no violence being shown of these images, but it gives you chills. It definitely turns on your brain, right? It gives you the awareness. And I understood why Glazer wanted to put that there, and simply because it's just to show us that, hey, this stuff happened, and this stuff was messed up. And there are people out there, especially Nazis, some Germans, who will deny that this thing happened, that they denied that the Holocaust ever happened. They deny any kind of genocide. That's wild. Like, the proof is in the pudding. It's there. It's here. It's not only like, not only archives, but there are artifacts. And you got the internet, of course, to back everything up. Got history books, whether people say that whatever you write in history is fake or whatnot. Nah, dude, there are some things you can't really fake. It happened. There's proof of it, you know, and these certain organizations, the museums, help push that. It's a part of history. It's something that we shouldn't ever you have to open the book on it, because it really affected the world, especially at that time. Jonathan Glazer's The Zone of Interest. Please go watch it. I give this film, honestly, 3.5 out of 4 tokes. I wonder if it'll win the Best Picture, and if it does, good for them. I can't say it's not deserving. It's deserving to be up there, and I've never seen a film, especially like a Holocaust type of film, like this. There's a scene too that's crazy, and I'll just end it with that, where Rudolf, he has these series of meetings with these engineers, doctors, and other commanders who are far above his rank and all that stuff, and you see it on screen, right? These schematics of a crematorium. And they were kind of explaining Rudolf how it works and how efficient it looks like it could work, right? And it's just crazy how all these military people are spending their resources, like time, money, and effort, burn human beings. That is crazy, man. My name is Ray Salazar. Follow me on Morning Shot Films. Check out my website, morningshotfilms.co, where I host the Morning Reel. I have other films in this podcast. There's no season 2 or season 3. This is an ongoing thing. So when you see season 1 on Apple Podcasts or whatever, dude, it's going to be the longest season ever. I have over 100 episodes with all kinds of people. Please check it out. Please comment. Please rate it. Let me know what you think. Was I wrong? Was I far off? I like these things. In the coming weeks of this month of March, I almost messed up right there. I got a review coming up with E-Zone, and I got a review coming up with XG. We're gonna be reviewing some films this month. However, for this month, probably next week or so, E-Zone and I are going to review The Big Lebowski. He loves that film. He loves bowling, and I actually like that film a lot too. As we all know, it's one of the most hilarious films of all time. But that's what I love about the Coen brothers, man. They really like to put heart in their comedy films. They resonate with us. Anyways, thank you.